What's up, guys? Just wanted to start the video off with a couple revs, a cold start. Basically this video is going to be about a 2,000 mile review, a little bit over 2,000 miles, and basically just give you my thoughts on the car and what I like about it. Not too many things I don't like about it, but I think there are a couple things. So let's start off with what I've liked about the car so far. What I've liked is, man, all the horsepower. I love the horsepower. I love driving this thing. I look forward to every opportunity I can get to drive this car, which isn't too often, but I try to drive it as much as I can. I love the cold starts. I love it when it's freshly washed, all that stuff. Going on the freeway, I work at 4 in the morning, so there's not a lot of traffic when I go in, and so I take advantage of that. I just got the radar, so I'm gonna give a little review about that as well. In my opinion, it's worth the money for the simple fact that how much is a ticket? A ticket, depending on how fast you go, it'll be over $200. So the radar in itself is about 300 bucks. So if it's already saved me twice, maybe 3 times, probably 3 times, but so it's pretty much already paid for itself. It's a cool thing to have, a sense of put your mind at ease. You just got to get used to driving with it. You got to make sure you're looking out for it. I'm the type of person that drives with the music up, so it's got a little light right here. If it's not green, it's red, then that means there's an alert, so that's something to look out for. Just to keep in mind, it'll also show up on the screen over here, so that's something to look out for. The car itself is clean. I love the suede with the leather. I love the stitching on it. Storage, not a lot of storage, but you're not getting the car for storage. Pretty much just getting it to go fast. I love the I've had the Uconnect before. I had the Durango before I had this car. The only new things that I'm getting used to is like the performance, the pages, things like that. Let's see where that's at. There it goes. Whoops, hit the wrong button. Alright, we'll just give that a little bit to load up. The color is, I get compliments on the color. It's a new color for 2018. The bumper guards, it's a hit or miss on the bumper guards. A lot of people like them. I've had a couple people comment and say, hey, you might want to take those off. It'll scratch up your paint, things of that nature. Personally, I like them. I think it's a nice contrast for the blue. I like the black wheels. I might be going for the Hellcat replicas. I'm not too sure. Maybe some Ferrado wheels, something like that. I'm gonna keep it at the 20 inches. I'm not gonna go higher than that, just to keep everything kosher. I like all these little gauges, things like that. I haven't done a 0 to 60 yet. I haven't done a launch control. I haven't done any of that stuff. So that might be another video in the future. Like I said, all these pages to go through. It's awesome. The Beats audio isn't the best, but it is pretty good. I'm not gonna say it's the worst. Personally, I think the best one that I've had is in that Volkswagen. Volkswagen came with a really awesome sound system. It was loud, it was clear, it had some bass, but not overwhelming bass where you can't hear what you're listening to. The Lexus has an awesome sound system. I've cranked it up, but I haven't cranked it up all the way, just because there's a certain limit to what I'm gonna be pumping out. I don't want to damage my ears too much, more than my teenage years. I'm coming from, the first car I had was a Scion TC 2018, and I eventually ended up putting 210s, and then from 210s I went to 212s. And I think the Scions had an amazing sound system. I never did anything to the internals, to the stock radio, nothing. All I added was an amp and some subs, and you could hear me from a couple houses down, a couple blocks down, whatever. It was awesome. So that was a cool thing to have. And progressing from there, after that I had a, what did I have after that? I had a Tundra, base model Tundra, Stereo was god awful. The screen was just basic analog. Everything was just analog. And so after that, then I got a Volkswagen CC. Not this one. This one's actually my wife's. I had a different color. I had more of a, like a brownish, light brown with a pinstripe, and it had the rear spoiler on it. So, you know, just to give you an idea, it's kind of like that one, but a little bit different. And after that, I got the Durango. Now, the Durango was awesome. It had, you know, a lot of space. I had my 2 kids in there, comfortable, and they always loved to sit all the way in the back. They never liked to sit up front. It was always all the way in the back. So, you know, it was great. It was perfect. And, you know, the reason I got rid of it is I just wanted to change. I just needed something for myself. And my wife and I decided to get a 3rd car. So the 3rd car was going to be for my kids. And, you know, this car was going to be for me. And then my wife has her car as well. So we ended up going with the Lexus for my kids, you know, something to carry them around in, just basically the family car. Things I don't like about the car, you know, it's a Dodge. You know, I might get some hate for it, but it is a Dodge, and it's also a hit or miss with them too, basically just off of like quality control. You know, I had a major issue with this car in the beginning. I think it was about 1,500 miles, where I had the gauges would flicker. So all this right here, it would start flickering, then it would start going out, and then eventually it would just, you know, the whole gauge setup, the whole gauge cluster would go out, as well as the screen, as well as my window would just, you know, roll down by itself. If I would try to roll it back up, it just went straight down. You know, ended up taking it to the dealer, and it spent about 6 days there, and you know, they couldn't figure out the problem. They couldn't figure out what it was, even though I had told them, you know, I had hopped on the forums and I was like, hey, it might be, you know, some grounding, the grounding wire might be loose, or it's a drained battery might not be good, you know, things of that nature. And, you know, they were like, well, we checked all that, we checked it, not good. So on the 6th day, you know, and I got to give the guy props, because he was, you know, he was text messaging me throughout the whole process. Pretty much every day it was like, hey, this is what we've done to your car. You know, we haven't come up with anything yet. We haven't figured out any problems. So, you know, things like that. And it was one of those situations where, you know, I didn't want the car back if they couldn't figure out what was wrong with it, because they were going to give it back to me, and it was just going to be, you know, it was going to be one of those things where I had to keep going back to the dealer, and they're not going to know what's wrong with it. So, you know, I did not want to go through that. I didn't want the car back until they figured out what was wrong with it. And on the 6th day, the guy let me know, hey, we got, you know, the service manager out here, we got a couple technicians on your car, and we're gonna figure out the problem. So about 15 minutes after that message, he sent me another message saying that, hey, we found out the problem, it was a loose ground wire. You know, all right, cool. Even though I did, you know, say that from the beginning. Awesome, whatever, awesome. You guys figured it out, you guys fixed it, and, you know, there's no issues. I haven't had a single issue after that, even though it's only been about 800 miles, but I'm hoping that's the only issue I run into. Other than that, the ride's a little stiff, but I knew that going in. It's not terrible, it's not horrible or anything. I do wish the exhaust was a little bit louder. I know there's like an active exhaust system that, you know, affects that. You know, if you're in sport mode, it opens up a little bit more, and then if you get the Taser, you can get that track mode functionality. But I'm still kind of on the fence about the Taser. I know a lot of people have the Taser, and, you know, a lot of good things about it, but I'm just on the fence for the simple fact that you lose the B when you start it up. The initial install, you have to pull out fuses, you have to pretty much freeze up the Uconnect screen, and, you know, they're not major problems, but it's things that I'd rather not go through if all I'm gonna get is like the eco mode, the track, the light show, things like that. You know, I really don't need them. It's not, you know, essentials, but further on down the road I might want to get them just to have them. But you know, let me know in the comments if you guys think the Taser's worth it, if you guys would recommend it, if you guys would like to have it, you know, just to give me an idea of where I stand on it. And, you know, it might be that push I need to go and grab it. But I ended up going with the Escort Passport Radar. Awesome, easy to use. It'll tell you, you know, right now I have it set up on auto, so it goes X band, K band, KA band, things like that. You can go up on the top and you can customize some features on there, how loud you want it to be, if there's an auto mute function. Anything like that you can customize on there. It has a lot of options. I'm gonna try to link down a video that I watched on the setup of it, how to get in there, how to mess with some of the settings. So I'm gonna try to link that in the description below. I do have one mod coming up, not really a mod, it's kind of like an essential. And let me turn the car off and I'm gonna let you guys know what it is. The trunk. So as you guys know, with the anytime you get a vehicle with the Brembo brakes, anything like that, you're not going to get a spare tire. You're just going to get this pump as well as some goop that's going to go in there, which is terrible for your tires. So what I ended up going and doing was you know, looking up somebody who makes like a spare, anybody that can make a spare for it. Turn this up. So, you know, anybody who made a spare for it, there had to be something you could do to have a spare tire in the trunk. So what I ended up finding was performancespare.com, and they actually make the whole, you know, the spare tire. They give you the jack, they give you the wrench, everything to go in here, and all you do is take out this styrofoam piece, and then the kit just slides right in here. So, you know, just another thing that's like a peace of mind, and, you know, just to have. You don't want to have a flat tire and then you're going to have to flatbed it, you know, out of there. So then you have the extra worry of, are they going to take care of the car? Are they going to scratch it? You know, all those kinds of things. So I just wanted to avoid all that and went and got the spare. So let me see. It's Friday today. It should be in by tomorrow. So, you know, that'll be another video I post up, you know, unboxing it, installing it, something like that. And then as well as putting it on there. I might throw it on there just to test it out and see how it goes. But that's going to be it for this video. So, you know, comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future. And I'm also going to be doing some more videos on the Lexus over here. So thanks for watching.